knock me sideways. I'm Tier. Comic book, 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 comic book. It's comic book time! Young Justice, bitches!
Welcome to the
Woo! Young Justice, Superboy, Kid Flash, Robin. Comic historian, complete story. Sometimes this video comes all the way down, sometimes it don't. We're gonna see what happened today. I'm Tier, you already know how it is. Welcome to Comics Fucking Forever. Players.
I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. We take stories from comic books, movies, and video games, explain what happened in them, allowing you to understand through an audiobook presentation what is going on.
I really like comic books.
Now, recently, Young Justice came out with Season 3, The Outsiders. And to tie it in, Brian Michael Bendis has brought back the Young Justice. Now, the first story arc is going to be quite a few issues, but I thought it'd be fun to bring you the first issue, telling you how the team came back together. How are Tim Drake, Superboy, and Bart all working together again? Well, stick around and find out. I'm going to enjoy some cereal.
Along the desolate lands of Gemworld, a man travels into a temple stating that after all these years of study, he has figured out what happened to those people. Earth, the place where he came from, their world is connected to it. Earth has seen 7 crises. It's when an unnatural event changes the Earth against its natural evolution. 7 times this has happened, and every time there is a crisis, everything connected to Earth is affected. They have unknowingly been punished alongside Earth. Please, Lord Opal of the once flourishing Gemworld courts, hear me. Lord Opal slowly leans from his throne, and he says, Earth. Meanwhile, in the busy streets of Metropolis, a young girl grumbles to herself as she hears the sound of a police car behind her, telling her to pull over. The truck screeches up onto the sidewalk, and the officer asks if she has any idea why he pulled her over. She asks, to say hi? And the officer tells her, because you have a busted taillight and there's a gun hanging out of the back window. She says, yep. My daddy gave it to me. And the officer says, if you would please step out of the vehicle. She gets out lifting her hat stating, this is my first time in the big city. It did not disappoint. Name's Ginny Hex. The officer stares for a moment stating, right. What's in the back of the truck? Ginny looks at the tarp-covered bed stating, actually, I'm not quite sure. I came here looking for Superman to see if I can get some help with that. But before the officer could ask any further, the people in the street begin to scream, asking, what is that? Those not paying attention before begin to look into the sky and they see it distort and twist. And then there's suddenly a loud crackle as a giant crystal spike shoots out from the ground. As a flash of light, and from that distortion, a group of magical beings appear shouting, the 12 kingdoms of Gemworld would like to have a word with your champion. The officer yells for everyone to get back, and he fires his gun, but he's quickly encased in crystal, freezing him. As more people are covered in crystal, Ginny grabs her gun from the truck and begins to shoot. She goes to pull the trigger again, but then she sees a boot kick the helmet of one of the beings. She sighs, stating that she is having a weird day. Just then, Robin jumps down asking if everyone's okay. And Ginny shouts, you're Robin! And he says, yeah, well, one of them at least. Across town, a red flash begins to dart from the park, shouting, call somebody, anybody, Superman, the Justice League, call Harry Potter! Somebody asks, who's that? And the young boy says, I'm Impulse. And then the person says, who? Impulse tells them, Kid Flash! And the person says, just use that next time. As the crystal starts to creep towards the park, Impulse runs around trying to help everyone avoid getting trapped, including a very old woman who has no idea what's even going on. He leaps through the air, catching small animals thrown into it, and then he sees Ginny and Robin fighting, and he yells, whoa! Superman's gonna be bummed, he missed all of this! But just as the beings begin to surround Ginny and Robin, Wonder Girl watches from an alley, and that's when she sees that she has no choice. She holds up the bracelets. She begins to fly into the air with Robin shouting, uh-oh. And the being holding him asks what? And he tells him, well, you asked for it now, Wonder Girl's back. She shoots down, knocking the being into the ground, asking, what is going on here and where is Superman? But before she can get an answer, she's blown out of the sky by another being, launching her across the city. She begins to tumble to the ground when she suddenly is caught by a large green catcher's mitt. She looks up asking, Green Lantern? And the voice tells her, actually, it's Teen Lantern. I'm kind of new. This kind of nuts, huh? Hi. Ginny rips the tarp off the back of the truck with Impulse shouting,
what?
It's happening. Robin asks, what is
happening? Just blowing this a kid Green Lantern out?
Ginny pulls out a small blaster from the truck. And Robin says, "We've been over this before." Impulse tells him, "Yeah, I'm impulsive. It's kind of my thing." Teen Lantern then says that, "This is your first time doing this? What is everyone talking about?" Wonder Girl yells, "I'm with the clearly artificially modulated voice Green Lantern person. What's happening?" Ginny fires the blaster, shouting, "Obviously, we're being invaded." And Impulse says, "Yeah, all right, Young Justice is back! Young Justice assemble! Young Justice united!" Robin sighs. "Sorry, my friend here gets a little excited." And just as the beings begin to
Young
retreat, a
Justice
portal
is
is
back.
opened up and everyone is sucked inside. As everyone is thrown around, Robin begins to open up his eyes and he finds himself alone in a
Young
dark
Justice.
room. He slowly gets up asking, "Can I help you?" And the woman holds up a sword to his throat, stating, "That's one question. I have a few more, like, what are you doing in the House of Amethyst?" Meanwhile, Impulse falls out into a dead patch of vines,
When
quickly
did
jumping to
Impulse
his
come
feet,
back?
swatting off the
When
highly
did
aggressive
Impulse
air.
come back?
When he suddenly
When
hears
the
somebody
fuck
calling
did
out,
Bart Alley
he
come back?
stops, looking towards the voice, asking, "Is that you?" Superboy asks, "What are you doing here?" And Impulse yells, "Hey, that's a very good question, and I promise to answer it as soon as I know how." Superboy then asks, "How? What?" And Impulse tells him, "How you grew a beard!"
I hope you guys enjoyed the Young Justice renewal. Now, in my opinion, I actually thought Brian Michael Bendis did a good job of bringing the team back together, kind of explaining where everyone's been. It actually, like, worked within continuity and stuff like that. Now, you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, Funko came out with a bunch of serial
Okay.
and they did not send this.
All right, that's
I
it.
bought it.
All right. I'm going to watch that again. Because I miss a lot of shit in that whole story. One, I was playing with my daughter. Two, I wasn't paying attention to other people was talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my video right here. Now let's try this again. Play. Play. Bitch, I said fucking play. Who is you?
It's dead.
I said play. Why's the lights on then if it's dead?
We kind of tried. I kind of tried to spell it.
You know what? Shut up. Nobody like a smart ass.
I am not.
Oh no, it's not dead. It's just not working for some reason. There we go.
Maybe because it don't work.
There we go. Okay, play.
Hey, let me try.
Okay, it's just not working. So with that note, I'm gonna turn the whole system off. You better watch me for the next 25, 35 to 45 seconds smoking this cigarette.
Okay, I control.
That's interesting.
That's gonna be the boring.
Quiet. They supposed to watch me smoking a cigarette while no talking. Now y'all fucked it up. Now everybody be quiet. Just watch me smoke a
Maybe
cigarette.
you should crack that window while you're sitting with her up here and all this.
Man, you should crack these nuts in your mouth. Anna. You forgot something, didn't you?
What?
You forgot something, didn't you?
What?
Got him.
Oh.
Go ahead, say it.
No, because I was in the middle of laughing.
Well, stop laughing and say it. I mean, how you gonna start laughing before you even say the word?
Well, I gotta wait till you say.
I just told her she could crack these nuts in her mouth. You supposed to say, got him, then start laughing.
But you're supposed to say these.
It doesn't matter. It still works the same way. Anytime I make a joke towards somebody on something, you have to always say that. Doesn't matter what the joke is. I can say your breath stank. You need to come out of nowhere and say, got him, just because.
And then I could turn around and say that your breath stinks and smells like a toilet.
Yeah, my breath smells like a toilet. Those mentally fresh toilets.
Meanie.
Like I keep telling everybody, you can't get me. I got a quip always back. I'm always quipping back.
Someone please help this man.
You ever heard of toilet cakes?
I'm just gonna go grab an Oreo.
That's to keep my breath smelling good. I eat me a toilet cake every fucking day. Every day.
You mean crab cake?
No, a fucking toilet cake.
Okay, now maybe
It's the little fucking circle things you put in the fucking toilet bowl, and it make the toilet water look all pretty and blue and pink sometimes, and it make the water smell so nice.
This is not the 1970s.
Huh?
I said okay, Bill Cosby.
I was really trying.
You were, but it fell
I was
off.
trying, but then I stopped it. I stopped like 5 times and missed to like it's in one sense. I went from Bill Cosby to myself. I
thought he was doing Bill Cosby.
I thought about going farther. But I'm like, no, I don't know if it sounds
If it
like
was
for
Bill
real.
Cosby-
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna push play during this video right now.
Where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into
get it?
digestible
They're
bites to help you
Doesn't matter.
understand. We take stories from comic books, movies, and video games, explain what happened in them, allowing you to understand through an audiobook presentation what is going on.
See?
Now,
Seriously threw the biter in the fucking milk bowl. Now is when to start this time. I'm gonna need for y'all two numb nuts to be quiet. To the
now the first story arc is
I'm
going to be
sorry,
quite
I am not a
I thought it'd be
numb
fun
nut
to bring
if
you
I'm
the
Okay, but you
illustration.
still
Tell
to
them
the
how
league,
the team
goddammit.
came back together. How are Tim Drake,
I'm not mean, I'm an
Superboy,
American.
and
why I
Bart
stole
all
that
working together
iPhone.
again? Well,
I don't have an iPhone,
Find out.
baby. I got a
I'm gonna
fucking
enjoy
Android.
some
I am not.
Along the desolate lands of Gemworld, a man travels into a temple state, and that after all these years of study, he has figured out what happened to those
Fuck
people.
her.
Earth, the place where he came from, their world is connected to it. Earth has seen 7 crises. It's when an unnatural event changes the Earth against its natural evolution. 7 times this has happened. And every time there is a crisis, everything connected to Earth is affected. They have unknowingly been punished alongside Earth. Please,
Alright, for
Lord
real.
Opal
You
of
gonna
the
talk
once
to this
flourishing
whole video. I'm gonna watch
Gem
this
World
video the third time.
Courts.
Niggas gonna
Lord
get
Opal
mad.
slowly leans from his throne. He says, Meanwhile, in the busy streets of Metropolis, a young girl grumbles to herself as she hears the sound of a police car behind her, telling her to pull over. The truck screeches up onto the sidewalk, and the officer asks if she has any idea why he pulled her over. She asks, to say hi? The officer tells her, because you have a busted taillight and there's a gun hanging out of the back window. She says, yep, my daddy gave it to me. And the officer says, if you would, please step out of the vehicle. She gets out, lifting her hat, stating, this is my first time in the big city. It did not disappoint. Name's Ginny Hex. The officer stares for a moment, stating, right. What's in the back of the truck? Jenny looks at the tarp-covered bed, stating, actually, I'm not quite sure. I came here looking for Superman to see if I can get some help with that. But before the officer can ask any further, the people on the street begin to scream, asking, what is that? Those not paying attention before begin to look into the sky, and they see it distort and twist, and then there's suddenly a loud crack-boom as a giant crystal spike shoots out from the ground. As a flash of light, and from that distortion, a group of magical beings appear shouting, the 12 kingdoms of Gemworld would like to have a word with your champion. The officer yells for everyone to get back, and he fires his gun, but he's quickly encased in crystal, grazing him. As more people are covered in crystal, Ginny grabs her gun from the truck and begins to shoot. She goes to pull the trigger again, but then she sees a boot kick the helmet of one of the beings. She sighs, stating that she is having a weird day. Just then, Robin jumps down, asking if everyone's okay. And Ginny shouts, yo, Robin! And he says, yeah, well, one of them at least. Across town, a red flash begins to dart from the park, shouting, call somebody, anybody, Superman, the Justice League, call Harry Potter. Somebody asks, who's that? And the young boy says, I'm Impulse. And then the person says, who? Impulse tells them, I'm Kid Flash. And the person says, just use that next time.
Okay.
As the crystal starts to creep towards the park, Impulse runs around trying to help everyone avoid getting trapped, including a very old woman who has no idea what's even going on. He leaps through the air, catching small animals thrown into it, and then he sees Ginny and Robin fighting, and he yells, what? Superman's gonna be bummed you missed all of this! But just as the beings begin to surround Ginny and Robin, Wonder Girl watches from an alley, and that's when she sees that she has no choice. She holds up the bracelets. She begins to fly into the air with Robin shouting, uh-oh. The being holding him asks what, and he tells him, well, you asked for it now, Wonder Girl's back. She shoots down, knocking the being into the ground, asking, what is going on here and where is Superman? But before she can get an answer, she's blown out of the sky by another being, launching her across the city. She begins to tumble to the ground when she suddenly is caught by a large green catcher's mitt. She looks up asking, Green Lantern? And the voice tells her, actually, it's Teen Lantern. I'm kind of new. This kind of nuts, huh? Hi.
Who is
Ginny
Teen
rips the tarp
Lantern?
off the back of the truck, with Impulse shouting, "Uh-oh, it's happening." Robin asks, "What is happening?" And Impulse keeps shouting, "It's totally happening." Ginny pulls out a small blaster from the chest in her truck, and Robin says, "We've been over this before." Impulse tells him, "Yeah, I'm impulsive. It's kind of my thing." Teen Lantern then says that, "This is your first time doing this? What is everyone talking about?" Wonder Girl yells, "I'm with the clearly artificially modulated voice Green Lantern person. What's happening?" Ginny fires the blaster, shouting, "Obviously, we're being invaded." And Impulse says, "Yeah, all right, Young Justice is back! Young Justice assemble! Young Justice united!" Robin sighs. "Sorry, my friend here gets a little excited." And just as the beings begin to retreat, a portal is opened up and everyone is sucked inside. As everyone is thrown around, Robin begins to open up his eyes and he finds himself alone in a dark room. He slowly gets up asking, "Can I help you?" And the woman holds up a sword to his throat stating, "That's one question. I have a few more, like, what are you doing in the House of Amethyst?" Meanwhile, Impulse falls out into a dead patch of vines, quickly jumping to his feet, swatting off the highly aggressive air, when he suddenly hears somebody calling out. He stops, looking towards the voice, asking, "Is that you?" Superboy asks, "What are you doing here?" And Impulse yells, "Hey, that's a very good question, and I promise to answer it as soon as I know how." Superboy then asks, "How? What?" And Impulse tells him, "How you grew a beard." I hope you guys enjoyed the Young Justice renewal. Now, in my opinion,
So,
I actually
let me
thought
ask this
Brian Michael
question,
Bendis did a
Mortal.
good job with bringing the team back together and kind of explaining where everyone's been. It actually, like, worked within continuity and stuff like that.
Do
Now,
you
you're
think
probably
it's
wondering,
stupid
what
for
is this?
Tim
Well,
Drake
Funko
to
came
wear
out with a bunch of
full-on
cereal
Robin
boxes, and they did
costume?
not send this to me. I bought it myself, and we're going to try it right here at the end of the Young Justice video. So, Dan, come here. You're stuck with these with me.
It doesn't matter. Do you just think
I figure
it's
we only need one
stupid
over there
him
for
to be
set
wearing a
purposes at this
full-on
point.
Robin costume.
Okay, so,
Damian Wayne.
it's blue.
Robin.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's really good.
I
Well,
love
like
his
blueberry.
version of the Red Robin costume.
Blueberry
His
fruit.
Red
Loops.
Robin costume had wings and it could fly.
No, these are really good.
That was a better Tim Drake costume than
I'm going with
him just
Fruit Loop
wearing a
blueberry.
Robin costume. He's not Robin.
I
He's
feel
not
like
Robin.
This is very sugary.
If anything,
Hold on.
he's the
There's a
only
Wonder
he's the
Woman
only
at the
person that's not Robin. Dick Grayson was Bruce Wayne, was Batman's sidekick.
Is it in? Oh, it's there.
That's Robin. Jason Todd was Batman's sidekick. That's Robin. Up to Tim Drake,
This is
he didn't look at nobody that was Robin as a partner.
When does this become an unboxing?
He looked at Tim as a partner.
Eating.
Red Robin is better for him.
If you're still
Damian
watching,
Wayne is his
You
sidekick.
guys
I'm sorry,
rock.
you his son.
What
He
you
is
think?
going to look at you as the son.
Right.
He is going to. Basically, what I'm
Yeah,
saying is
yeah.
this.
See you next time right
basically
here,
I'm getting
Comic
at-
Historian.
Cause I debated say with Damian Wayne. I said that's his son. He didn't actually raise Tim. It doesn't matter how old you want to say Tim got there. We all know the true age of Tim being with Batman is Tim is like 14, around that time for real. We all know that's the only way that his story actually makes sense. For him to be up in his age to be Robin. For Batman to actually look at him as a real equal than a partner, than a sidekick, as a partner. For him to have all this, come on, it all make total sense. It's gonna be at least be 14. He didn't raise Tim. He technically raised Jason up to his death from 9 to 15. He raised Dick from 9 to forever. He pretty much raised them. He didn't raise Tim. Tim was his partner. Tim is his partner.
Yeah, he was on slowly grown.
But I like this Young Justice shit so far. Alright. I need to go back and read some more comics. Because I remember when Impulse returned. But I don't remember what happened when he returned. Like, I don't know about Superboy returning. And I actually thought by now that Tim stopped wearing that Robin costume. But all he did was just took one R off and just leave it with the single R. Like, bruh, you are not Robin no more. You are Red Robin. Get it through your head. My nigga, you is a restaurant. Okay? That's who you are. Take it. Enjoy it. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is that nobody not saying about it. Red Robin probably said something about them using that name,
Probably.
even though they had it first.
Never thought about that.
I just thought about that. How long was Red Robin established in the 90s?
No, but
Yeah, so technically, Warner Brothers DC Comics had the name first.
no, Red Robin's been around since like the 50s.
Is the what?
The 50s.
The 50s? Oh, then yeah, they had it first then. Okay, nobody can use it no more. Anyway, this has been I Am Tier. Comments forever. Like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to Common Historian, you really subscribe. You really should subscribe to Common Historian. Pretty. You really should subscribe to Comics Historian and me. Bye.